Good morning, everyone. This is day 8 of my 30-day video challenge called Today I Learnt. And today I learnt that my whole life I've suffered an affliction otherwise known as being a control freak. Not to the extreme level. However, I do like everything to be done in a timely manner and to a certain degree of quality. I have high expectations of people because I hold myself in high regard to these same standards, right? But what causes anxiety in most people? What drives fear and stress? The feeling like you're losing control, right? It's a fear. A perfect example is when you're in a beautiful new relationship and you're all loved up and it's been a couple of months and the person either turns on a dime with their behavior or you find out they've cheated, right? For example, you go into shock amongst other things and emotions and you fall into an abyss of pain and suffering because they have complete power over you and the relationship in that moment, right? And it's not a very nice feeling, is it? Not having control over your own feelings in a good way to begin with falling in love and becoming totally vulnerable. And that can be a huge struggle for most people. And then to have those feelings reel out of control, again, swing to the other side, the negative side, it's revolting. Well, my big lesson in control lately is so in my face, I just can't ignore it anymore. And I'm now laughing, but it's more like hysterically laughing, crying, and about to lose my shit about how ridiculous it is that I need to feel like I'm in control of my stuff. I've discovered that I actually have no control over any of my stuff. My finances, no control over my super, my insurances, my bills, my emails, my life. It's a hot mess. And it wasn't until COVID-19 that I started to chase up a few of these things on the phone, my bills, and discovered that my car insurance, my health insurance, my pet insurance, my home insurance had all been escalated and put in gold premium categories. The premiums had gone up and up and up over the years. And it wasn't until I called them that I even realized that that amount of money was coming out of my bank account each week. I had no control over my bank account. It was nothing like it was in the beginning when I set up these policies. Some of these were only a couple of years ago, right? That in-my-face lesson of why can't I manage these things? What is wrong with me? Why aren't I looking at my bank account? Why can't I do this adult thing like everyone else? It's becoming a regular conversation I'm having consciously and subconsciously because I'm dreaming about my teeth falling out all the time, right? So I challenged these companies when I rang them. And I asked them to give me a fresh quote as if I was a new person. And every single time, without fail, these quotes were coming back less than what I was paying as an existing member, right? Anyway, so I then discovered that I had ridiculous outstanding bills from the last house for water leakages in that house that were never taken off when they were meant to. And I'm talking $1,000 extra on the bill because of this water leak. One of the electricity bills is $2,500 based on the usage of a household of 10 people, they tell me, but they still haven't looked into it or done anything about reversing it. So all of these companies are doing all of these very strange things to my premiums, to my cover, to my bills, and I had no idea, and I'm letting them do it. And I do tend to stick my head in the sand when it comes to money stuff because I've had a lot of stress in my life. I really struggle to face anything stressful by choice, right? So I've stayed away from child support. I've stayed away from any court systems. There are things that I should have complained about and gone to court for, including the current house situation, but I just can't bring myself to do it because of the stress that all of that type of thing has caused me in the past, going to court and stuff. So yesterday I had a heart attack when I thought I had lost most of my super, not remembering who my super is through, not remembering what even happened last week. It's been such a horrific exercise to confront all of these things right now. But I then discovered that the super was not gone and I found it somewhere else. However, the insurances, my life insurance and my income protection, etc., are costing me a ridiculous fee, and it's coming out of my super. Right? So I'm angry at myself. I feel like I'm flying blind sometimes when it comes to business and expenses and tax. I've scraped through with the bare minimum information and the least amount of advice. And it's just not enough. It's not healthy. My emails, for example, there are 13,000 emails just in my inbox. And I'm quite good at filtering through emails daily and moving into folders and stuff. I used to be an executive assistant to 3 general managers, and I was the office manager as well. So I'm very organized with this stuff. But the email that I have has been around since the beginning of Hotmail, and it's flooded every single day with multitudes of stuff, right? Some of that I need, some of it I don't, but because I'm a practitioner, I'm not at a desk all day anymore, and going through emails is no longer a big part of my job or a priority, right? So at the moment, I'm doing 3 years worth of book work and tax, going through 13,000 emails, discovering a lot about anxiety and stress, how I cope with things, how I don't cope with things, and the realization that I thought I had control of everything. I thought I had everything just as I wanted it to be, but I was so fucking wrong that it's not even funny. So there's this funny, hysterical feeling there now, this emotion of like I'm going to vomit or cry or laugh, and how ridiculous this is, and how ridiculous I've been thinking that I'm doing everything right and that everything is as it should be. And I'm having to face my dad, where I've had approval and authority issues with all my life. So he's my toughest critic. But in all the hysterical, he's helping me. And it's a kind of a nice feeling along with all of this, because I have to surrender. I just have to. There's a lot of failure feeling there as well, that I can't adult properly. But then I have these conversations with my dad, and he questions me about all of this. And my answer is always the same. I didn't know. No one ever told me about super. No one ever sat down with me and said, don't have 15 super funds. I've never had any guidance around money or finances or tax. I have a shit tax accountant who has led me down the wrong path for years and years and years and years. And he's dodgy and he's useless. And I know that now. And he's screwed me in terms of getting any financial assistance or income protection when I haven't been well, because my income has not been reflected correctly in my tax returns. So I've attempted to see a financial advisor in the past. I did that. I also got my will done. I consolidated all my super at one stage, and all of those accounts went into one. But whenever I've asked for assistance with business people, or I've done an exchange in services, I've been screwed over by these people, including anyone that wanted to come in as a business partner or get involved in my integrated men's health business in some capacity. My ex manipulated me during our marriage, and I had no idea until after I left. He screwed me financially because I didn't have the know-how or the money or the resources or the support that I did, to get what I deserved. He got the house. I lost everything, and I had a 9-month-old and no income. So I've got some work to do. So now I'm in damage control, and it feels disgusting having to do all of this at the one time. But if I can't change it now, then there is something seriously wrong, and I'm only hurting myself moving forward. So today I learnt that I do not have it all together. In fact, I've made every mistake under the sun and I have to be okay with that. And I have to love myself through all of that. I have to love the avoidance and the denial, because it was a coping mechanism to protect my survival. I have to own and fully nurture the rejection of self that's been occurring, and giving myself the best chance to move forward. When you put things off and not face them, things get a lot worse. Trust me. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.